reflection, all I see is me. Still zip them up or lay down, you gotta take me off my feet. It's that time, nigga.
Welcome back to the Black Vision. And you like one of them dudes on those old school debate shows where they like that right there. Yeah, that's how they should be looking.
Yeah. I'm ready to get this on, Stephen A.
Episode 48 of the Black Visionary Podcast. I am your host, Big Swan. And this is Rio blah, 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 Black. That wasn't the noise I was expecting for the face. And we're going to talk to you about critical race theory today. Give us your assessment on that.
Damn, that was deep. I thought we was going to talk about something else. I was misled.
And that is this episode's of
Black Visionary Podcast.
That's the name of the pod episode, Misled.
New the Swanee. New gifted. Nurio Black. Nurio Black. Nurio Black. New the Swanee. Visionary.
Pushing them all together. That makes it.
That is so suspicious.
Now, critical race theory. Are we talking about schools?
I lied. We're not talking about that. We already talked about that before.
Yeah, we have. But we
No.
talk about everything.
No.
Critical race theory. We should definitely keep talking about that in schools.
We got y'all next episode on the CRT. I just seen a video. Some people
TRT. Don't take it unless you're a 50-year-old man.
What about THC?
I don't know. I've never done that.
Crack, PCP, meth, Molly.
Meth is the main entrance to hell.
I'm on a highway to hell. I'm on a highway to hell.
So, since we're not talking about critical race theory, what will we be discussing first?
Kids. Let's talk about having kids. Do you think you should have kids early?
Oh, you weren't talking about me. Oh, okay.
Or do you think it's better to have kids late in life? Because, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm not having kids until I'm financially set. But then those that have money, like, oh, you really can't prepare to have kids.
I agree with the latter. Like, I done heard people say, oh, man, I done heard people with no kids talk about what they gonna do with their bread. and things go bad. Like, life happens, bro. Like, I think you should plan, but I don't think you should set inside your plans like that's just what's gonna happen. Like, you should plan but prepare for the worst on the side of your plans. Like, you're not, and that goes double or triple with kids. Like, this idea that you're gonna be, there's no great time to have kids. Like, people be like, oh, y'all just having kids in poverty. I'm like, I'm pretty sure anybody who just has kids while they're in poverty don't just be like, hey, let's have a baby.
Kind of though. They kind of do that.
It's not a lot of people.
Yeah, but there's some that do that. But, and also, to say what you're, to go on to what you're saying, I hate the, nigga looking for something to drink. I hate when they be like, you can have money and then lose it all. I'm like, yeah, that's fine, but if I'm broke, I don't need to be having kids. You know what I'm saying? Pull out, man. Your pull out game got to be super weak if you have
the pull out method doesn't work.
Worked for me for 30 years. Well, 29.
Well, you just got lucky because I don't got kids either, and I'm 29.
Look here,
I never used the pull out method.
This nigga just shooting up the club every time.
No, I'm saying it's condom or no condom.
Oh, no.
You just got to go for this. You got to go for the rubber.
No, man. Pull out game is immaculate.
I mean, I also don't trust the pull out method because, you know what I'm saying, there's also STDs.
Skirt.
And just because they've now fairly figured out a way to cure HIV don't mean I want to test the waters.
You said apparently? Are you talking about the AI?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, that was the AI that cured cancer.
Oh, yeah, they find a way to cure that too.
But yeah, it was an argument. Back to the subject at hand. It was like that's the only thing I don't like. Yeah, of course, anybody can have money and lose it. But the point is that you already had your kids while you were stable at least. You know what I'm saying? It's different than just being struggling for food every day and then decide to have a kid. That makes it more tougher.
That's just ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that was the argument. That's why I asked you that.
Yeah, if you struggling now if you struggling to pay a bill here and there, all right, man, have your kid. Now, if you struggling to eat, yeah, don't do that. Don't. As a matter of fact, don't even have sex. Yeah, I'm gonna go all the way there. I said it before on the podcast.
Especially if you need to get to the county building to get those food stamps, because I'm ready to eat, the kids ready to eat, and your dad talking about fucking Dominoes.
I tried to hold it in. Did somebody say Domino's?
Yeah,
and
man.
then you be out there with the van, don't want to bring it back, trying to mess with Shireen.
And get stuffed out in front of the homies, bro. By the homies, whatever the nigga said.
It's crazy, man. But yeah,
Love or lust.
I still say, man, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no proper time, but don't do it when you so broke you can't eat. Now that's ridiculous. But it's really no proper time. Like,
Does age matter to you?
yeah, I always wanted to have kids before I was 30.
Is it
I used to say that if I don't have kids by 30, on my 31st birthday, I'm getting a vasectomy.
Is it because you want to be like agile and mobile enough to do things, or you don't care about that?
I don't want to be raising kids when I'm 50.
Yeah.
I don't want to. When I'm 50 and 60 years old, I want to be sitting down, like maybe enjoying grandkids. You know what I'm saying? Like, or preparing for that stage. I don't want to be 35 having kids and then I'm still putting my kid through the last years of high school while I'm supposed to be an old person enjoying the last of my days.
Personally, I'd be okay with that if I had enough money to where I don't have to clock in at a factory or something. Like if I'm in an office or I'm some kind of management executive, ain't doing all of the general work, then I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? But if I gotta go out here and play baseball and football and basketball with these motherfuckers and then gotta go break my back at work, nah, I can't do it.
Yeah, I just always wanted kids when I was young and vigorous.
Should have had kids when I was like 16.
Oh, I ain't gonna say that. My kids would have been mad because I ain't really had no food coming up.
Hey.
I ain't had no food coming up. Well, I'm fighting for the crumbs with myself. Them dudes would have been real sick.
That'd be another thing though. Like women I've dealt with in the past. Oh, this should have been your baby. These should have been your kids. Yeah, you say that, but nigga, I wouldn't know what the fuck to do with them kids back then.
Yeah, and also stop saying that. You didn't want me then.
All you have to do is just not have kids.
Yeah, or not.
It's
have
that
sex.
simple. I hate that, man. Motherfuckers be like, and then they had like 8 kids and be like, well, you know, I ain't having no more unless I get married. But they say that to me. It's like, bro, you had 8 other kids and wasn't married, but I have to marry you, me.
That's the worst. That's always the worst. Like, what are we doing here in life? Like, why I gotta pay for everybody else's sins?
Somebody told me they just wanted to have a baby by me, but I can keep the baby.
Well, they think you 50 Cent. Have a baby by me, baby. Be a billionaire.
Well, if the baby with me, then she's not gonna be a millionaire.
That's what I'm saying. What they think you 50 Cent?
She said she just want to have me forever, or have me around forever.
Join a book club with each other.
Now, if I just want to have a kid, then you know what I'm saying, it's cool. You feel me? But I'm just saying, I can't do it, man.
So answer your own question. What do you think is the right time?
I don't know, man.
When is the right time? What age? Oh no, I mean the society believes that if you're a woman, you have to do it in your early 20s, in your mid 20s. And you're 25 or 26 is a good age.
Yeah, man.
See, if you do it too young, then your kid becomes your friend. And if you do it too late, you got to worry about geriatric pregnancies and things of that nature.
Valid. That's very valid. But I don't know about all the other shit. It just depends on the person you pick. I think that's more important than, personally, I don't give a fuck about the relationship, but as far as like being in a relationship or not, I think the person you have a baby with is more important. Because you just have a baby by a fucking deadbeat mother or dad, then what's the fucking point? You can, or you know, so you can. Oh, you finna say something?
No, I'm waiting on you.
Oh, go ahead, because you look like you was finna say something.
I think for men, I think basically the time limit a man should take is when he's not immature no more. And I think that's another thing. Like, dudes, a lot of men should focus on finding out when they're not immature. Like, because all of us have an immature phase. Every guy, for sure. Like, I mean, of course, every human, but for sure, every dude got an immature phase. And men's immature phases tend to last longer than women in most cases. I ain't gonna even say. I mean, in a lot of cases. I ain't gonna even say in most cases.
Where do we take the test at?
What?
The immature test.
I mean, you would know it. It's not a test. And there's also levels to immaturity as well too. Like, I'm not saying like just being a jokester. I'm just saying like still
or a trickster.
Yeah, that too. But I'm saying like when you
Devastating.
when you like in yeah, like this guy right here.
Wait, man, come on.
Like when you man, this guy a regular old fire starter.
Man, you know what I'm saying?
But anyway, like when
Techno. Come on, man,
grow
get
up,
it out.
grow
Get
up.
it out.
You need to take the test.
We're at the test that.
Nah, I'm saying like I don't mean like, you know what I'm saying, like level like playfulness. I mean like when when it's time to take stuff seriously, you just can't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you ain't got your own place. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? You ain't doing grown man shit. Like y'all know when that is. Some of y'all don't. Some of y'all delusional, but it's somebody around you. Y'all need to start telling y'all people. I ain't trying to get all off topic, but
Well, we off topic now.
I mean, I was kind of trying to transition a little bit.
Is it a certain age that niggas shouldn't have they shit together?
Yeah,
I don't mean.
I mean, have your own place.
I ain't saying you. I ain't saying you get it, fall off, and get it back. I'm just saying you just never consistently had your own shit. Is that a thing? You think? How do you navigate that?
What, a certain age? Yeah, I mean, well, you said in your experience you don't really know. I think a lot of dudes are way more immature than women when it comes to that stuff. Like in my experience, I've seen a lot more dudes have to depend on either their mamas, their dads, or their girlfriends to have a place. And so I think every dude should at least like be ready to step out by the time he 22, 23. Like when you the age of, you know what I'm saying, 18 to 21, like men are still exceptionally immature when it comes to like finances and stuff like that. Like mostly dudes that age are still like super hormonal and they just trying to get it with a woman, trying to get a girlfriend, trying to
Getting your meat wet.
yeah, trying to get all nasty and freaky and whatnot. But I mean, I guess different strokes for different folks. A lot of people got to worry about a lot of different shit. However, I think 23, 24, like you should definitely that should be the cutoff. You should definitely have your own stuff, your own vehicle, your own job. You know what I'm saying? You living by yourself or have lived by yourself. Like you said, I mean, some people hit hard times and have to go back home. That's fine. But at least you done already seen that you can get out there and do it on your own. Mm-hmm. Like you shouldn't be, there's no way in the world you should be like 26 to 30 and never have lived by yourself by now. There's no way you should have never had your name on a lease.
Or at least for a long period of time.
Right. I mean, now, and then you got those dudes like they're running from woman to woman to woman to woman having kids. Like you can't create a stable.
If you got more than if you got 2 kids or more and you ain't got your own place, you're a bum. Fucking bum.
New to Swanee.
Oh.
New the Swanee. New the Swanee.
Like, come on, man. That's some bum shit.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, you gotta at some point you gotta just stand up on your own, man. Like I mean, I know dudes, man, working toward 40, bro. Like headed toward 40, bro. Still never had their own stuff. Like, as a man by the age of 40, you should have been, unless things just worked out for you and y'all got married at a young age and all of that. And if you single, bro, you almost 40, bro. You should have at least once, twice, 3 times. Really, you should already, like now, right now. Yeah. If you damn near 40, you should have your own shit. You shouldn't be living with nobody else with their name on stuff. You should have your own. Like you should be in your own shit. Like I don't care at this point. Like you passed the I need to stack up money phase. Let me stay with you. Like you should be past all that, bro. You almost 40, bro. You halfway through with the game. Like you ain't only got a couple more checkpoints left to the game over. The credit's gonna roll. Like,
and why do women choose these dudes to have kids with?
Probably because, well, actually, it's no probably to it. It's more than likely because women who been hurt before or just like God, they want some control, man. Like they want to have somebody that depends on them for what they need in life. Like those dudes right there who ain't really stable in life, they can't really walk away from you. They kind of dependent on you. So when you dealing with those type of dudes, you ain't really got him. You ain't got to really worry about him sliding off on you and going and mess with nobody else, even though they do that too.
They said on the Breakfast Club, they said because both niggas got the best sex, and that's all they got to offer. So they got to be the best at it.
Yeah,
So they said And that's the people was calling in and saying, hey, that's why I'm sticking around. Because of the sex. And they just have these kids by these dudes. I just don't understand it, man. It's like I just can't if I try to put myself in a woman's shoes, like I don't give a fuck how good the sex is. Even on my side, like if I had sex with a chick, I don't care how good your sex is. I can't have a kid by you if I see you, you know what I'm saying, not up the bar, up the standard. You know what I mean? Like motherfuckers, you my age, and you ain't really ever had your place. You always live with somebody else. Whether it's like you said, in a relationship with somebody, you ain't never been on your own. Like, come on, man. Sex might be great, but I'm not having no kid with you. I don't give a fuck how. I don't care about the history, none of that shit.
And that's something you could talk about on Sexcapes too. Like how do these young dudes or whatever, what they need to do to please a woman? I think that's a big problem. I think that's a big problem as far as men go. Like there's a lot of dudes out there that I done heard the stories. I done dated and heard stories on the backside of it. Like
Back in.
Yeah, back in. Yeah. All right. But I done heard little stories or whatever, man. Like a lot of dudes, man, they don't even know how to please women. And it's not hard. It's not hard, fellas. Like if you any young fellas, it's really not.
It is, man. And I only say that because women don't say what they want. They just assume that dudes should know how to please them. Every woman is different. Every dude is different. Y'all, that's where the sex communication come in at.
I mean, that's true, but a lot of dudes don't even try. Like from my experience talking to women, having conversations, like seeing the difference between what you do or what you've heard other dudes do. Like a lot of dudes don't even put in the work. Like I've dated women in the past and they say, oh man, oh my God, ex-boyfriends of mine, they just sleep with me and roll over and grab the, you know what I'm saying, the little one and pass it to me.
Not the one. And that's where sex chemistry comes in. If a motherfucker ain't compatible, then don't.
It ain't even about, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It ain't even about compatibility. Like a lot of dudes don't even try. Like they get theirs off and then just slide off.
They letting them.
Like, I mean, how do you know until you
Now you saying
you gotta sleep with them to know that's what they gonna do? Like you don't know.
So if they doing it, okay. So how you saying is they had sex with these people multiple times. So you know the first time out, it ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Even if you want to be like, it's like if you mess with a chick and you come fast, you like, ah man, I need to redo or whatever. You get that redo, you know what I'm saying? You might show out. But if a motherfucker just born in sex and ain't pleasing you, then no, it ain't no redo. Stop being way. Do what we do. Text, hey man, call me and say a motherfucker got in an accident. But don't call me, because if you say that, I'm gonna call, hey, a motherfucker got in an accident.
You said that's what women should do?
Yeah, they be fucking. Well, I don't know. Women be saying like they more harsh. They be like, all right, get off of me or something. You know, they be saying like they just straight up say it. But dudes, if it's bad, we just be like, hey man, I gotta get out of here. Gotta think of an excuse.
But if, I mean, like I said, most of the time, like dudes go in to the young dudes. I know, like is the sex. Sex is amazing, bro. You really ain't experienced, but you. If you gonna do it, if you gonna get out there and do it, your goal should always be to please the woman. Like even if you don't achieve that, you should try. Like you,
I don't know,
absolutely. You
it gotta be 50-50, guys. Because a lot of chicks be like, all right, I got mine. All right, man, go to the door.
I ain't never experienced that. That's wow. That's fucking wow.
I've experienced that.
Damn. That's you should talk about that. That's wow. I've never seen that in my life.
Oh man,
I've never had a woman go, "Yep, all right, got mine off that. Check it out and get on up out of there. Bye bye."
Yeah, man.
Damn, she belonged to the street.
And that's why I think a lot of dudes be like, all right, I know I did that too. I'm like, hey, I got mine.
I ain't never did that.
I stopped that a long time ago because I'm like, man, that's when I was just like, man,
I don't really care about what people think of me, but at the same time, I don't want people going back and saying that shit. Like that's he was a minute man. That man, you know women talk. He was a minute man. He didn't even.
Yeah, so you never had a bad experience ever.
Who? What you mean?
Sex wise, like with a woman.
It wasn't good.
No. Like just anything. Like you said, like a minute or something like that. You never had one of those.
Like, did I finish in a minute?
Yeah.
No.
None of those. Ever. Never had. Come on, man. Everybody had that. Come on, man.
What you want me to put it on?
I don't care. All right. Well, I'll just tell one of my stories then.
I've never, bro. I promise. Like, I've never went into the bedroom and been like, oh dang, it's only been 30 seconds. Like, no, because I'm always doing different stuff. That's what I'm saying. when you
So you never had like a moment where you couldn't get hard?
like a moment, what you
Like
mean?
you've
Like
been with somebody, you like, I can't get hard, man. This ain't the night for me.
like going like the first try, the first situation. Like, are you talking about like when you first meet somebody, or are you talking about in a relationship? I've had like ED situations in relationships where
I'm not talking about the Well, I mean, I guess it would anytime.
like,
I guess it don't matter.
Yeah, like
With a first person, like the first time y'all having.
No.
See, yeah.
Never had that.
You never had any one night stands?
I mean, I've slept with people that I only slept with once, but it's not. I'm going in there thinking like I'm sleeping with this person and I'm only going to do it once. I've never had that.
For real?
Nah.
Hey, people be thinking I'd be tripping when I say me and you have never talked about sex. Like we don't talk about sex.
Yeah,
No, this nigga literally my entire like 30 years since we was born. Miles was best friends. Rest in peace, Mama Phyllis. Like we've never talked about sex. Like I don't. It just ain't nothing. We like what the fuck we talking about sex for? Oh, that's funny as hell. Like I've had multiple. I mean, I feel like a fucking hoe. Like I've had one night stands.
I mean, it's normal for dudes. Like that's what dudes do.
Shit, women too. Like I've had one night stands. Like
It's really normal for dudes.
like I don't know your fucking name. Like it literally. Like I have to like look in the yearbook type shit. Like oh damn, I think I remember her. And I messaged her. I'm like, she was like, yeah, we had. I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
Like I've always gone in like, man, I hope we can do this again. Like before I even got it the first time, I'm like, I'm trying to get to know this person. Like I'm talking to this person for the long way. And if it just happened like we only did it once and then we just never went nowhere to that, you know what I'm saying? The second time, you count that as a one night stand. But my goal wasn't to just sleep with that person.
Man, go in there. We know what it is. Oh man, it was great.
All right,
man. What time is it? All right, you ain't got to talk no more. Cause all right. So speaking of what I was saying, all right. So we was working at Arcosa. Girl, I was talking to her all night. I knew we both knew what the situation was. I'm like, man, I can't wait to get off. We were working overnight, so I'm like, damn, I can't wait to get off. Then I go over there, and the funny part is, you know where she lived at? Remember where McGawhey, where I used to live at? The little apartment. Let me see, I don't even remember, man. The store is down the road. We have to walk to the store. The little small joint.
Oh, you talk about the down the street from the library type joint?
Where you and Demetrius got to fighting.
Yeah.
So it was that apartment.
Scrubbed.
She lived in that apartment. That's how fun. No, I don't know about that. But anyways, I couldn't get it up, man. But to my credit, she didn't say she was sick and all this shit. She was coughing. I'm like, dang, bruh. She was trying to kiss him. I'm like, nah, bro, this not happening. this not turning me on. And I be thinking about that, like, damn, she went back and told everybody that this nigga can't get it on. Like, yeah, did you tell him that you was sick as hell, coughing on me and shit, and I had to get out of there? No, I want to fuck you. You sick? Your voice sound deep as fuck. So I thought it was Glorilla. It wasn't working, man. That's all I asked. I'm like, you ain't never had no situation like that. Like that shit was, oh man.
Yeah, I ain't never. No. Like I mean, like I told you. I mean, I know this is to be facts, but dude, the best vagina to dudes is always the first. Like, it's a euphoria behind it. That goes into it. Like, I ain't never did this with this person before, so new is always gonna be.
Hold on.
More exciting.
Never did this with this person. You mean a new experience or just a new girl in general?
Like a different person.
No, I don't know, man. Because some people just. I say that. I mean, of course, because I do sex games. So, like, they be like, yeah, I don't go all out with the dude on the first time.
I'm not talking about the girl. This ain't got nothing to do with them.
No, I'm saying like I'm dead.
I'm talking about as a dude.
But I'm saying like for me, like if I have sex with a girl for the first time and she don't go all the way out, I mean, I just like, oh, this is.
Wait, I'm saying you don't know what she gonna do. Like,
yeah, I know. I'm saying, but like
you don't know what a person gonna do until you do it with them.
Yeah, that's true. But
like that,
I personally don't feel that. Like if I've had better experiences, if it go in, I'm just having regular sex. Then whether she knew or not, I'm not gonna be like having that euphoric feel. I'm like, I ain't never doing this shit again. That's how I feel. Like it's cool if I want vanilla sex, but I ain't into that.
I mean, I've been there before. Like, oh yeah, this wasn't that tight. Like,
wait, literally
and figuratively. Like, yeah, this wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. You know what I'm saying? So I'm never gonna repeat on that. But like, I'm saying it was still exciting going into the situation. Like you like, man, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never did this before. No, I ain't never did. Yeah, like it's just
what's that?
It's an automatic. Nah, we're not doing that. It's an automatic.
I'm just asking.
No cold tolerate. No cold disrespect. Tolerate it, man.
Cold. King Cole, Freezer, Cooler, Freon, Freon. But I don't know, man. Hey, this is Sexcapes Light, man. This is what y'all get right here. You know what I'm saying? Sexcapes Light.
Yeah, except I ain't on there.
He can't handle that type of pressure, man. You feel me? 4.5 stars on Apple. You know what's going on, man.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I still feel like, man, fellas, man, do your due diligence, man. Regardless if they land there like a wet blanket, man. Like you got, and that's another.
Nope.
thing.
If they land like, get out of there.
Do that too, like, you know what I'm saying.
No dead fish, no wet blankets.
I think a lot of y'all don't be exciting these women, man.
Shit, or they just ain't excited. Come on, man. You gotta put the blame on them sometimes too.
I ain't had too many. I can't. I ain't been like, hey, bro, she just laid there. I'm mad.
See, no, I ain't had that either. But still, if they doing that, get out.
Like a lot of, I mean, especially, but you also gonna get more of that from people with less experience, and a lot of these women out here ain't just smashing, bashing, and crashing everybody that they meet.
I think dudes like that too.
And prettier girls are also probably gonna have less experience because they picking and choosing the, you know what I'm saying, the targets or whatever. Like girls that are less attractive or tend to sleep with more dudes because they don't have the options. They can't just sit around and just be like, oh, I'm gonna have 30 dudes trying to talk to me.
You said ugly girls?
Yeah.
So if that what fellas, what he's saying is, if you really want to get the pleasure and experience and learning how to please a girl, go for an ugly chick. Make sure you pull out or wear a condom though.
I mean, just try harder. That's just how I feel, man.
Just try harder. It's crazy.
I mean, because if you trying to if you understand the response that a woman has when you've pleased her, you gonna understand these responses. Like if you ain't never pleased a woman, how are you gonna know if you doing a good job or not? You don't know what they look like. How come you don't know what they look like? Because you've never done it.
Also, different women are different. Some like moaning, some like screaming, some like doing nothing at all. But going off of what you said, the pretty women like to pick and choose. So go practice with the ugly chick. So if the pretty chick chooses you, you already know what you're doing. You ain't going in. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know what you're doing. You're just getting yourself off.
If you also in those women that are harder to get a reaction out of,
yeah.
If you deal with them, and you can't get a reaction out of them, well, you know what I'm saying. The moment you do, you're going to be like, oh, man, I said that person was hard to, please, and I did that, you know what I'm saying? I could pretty much, it give you a little extra step of confidence. Like, okay, if she was hard to please and I pleased her, oh, yeah, the rest of these people, you know what I'm saying? Anybody else I come across, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I think as a man, like, you can't just like, I'm going to get my junk off and slide out, like, or go home or whatever. Like, you gonna get talked bad about instantly. Like, she gonna tell her friends, and you gonna get blackballed out of the whole.
If that's all he wanted,
circle.
If that's all he wanted,
if that's all you wanted, then
he don't care.
Go for it. If that's all you want, then pay for it.
Maybe he don't want to pay for
it. I mean, but understand you're gonna get talked about.
He said, if you don't want to go find a sex worker, it's crazy.
No, I'm just saying.
What if she just wanted it? It just wasn't the experience that she wanted.
What you mean she wanted it?
She just wanted sex, and it just didn't happen to go her favor.
Oh yeah, then
that's all I'm saying.
But see, no, if she wanted it and then she didn't experience the pleasure, she gonna be less inclined in the future.
That's fine. You got what you wanted. Who cares?
See, he talking to you selfish guys, man.
Because I'm just saying that if that's what they wanted, then so they ain't worried about pleasing the chicks. But if you are a dude that wants to please, then that's different. Because like you said, some niggas just don't care. That's my point. Like if you go into a situation and you're not pleasing, if you going in there just to do that and you do that, I mean, ain't nothing nobody tell you. But don't get mad when a girl land like a wet nap. If you do it again or y'all do it again, because she already knowing what you about. Now, if she know that, then she don't need to have sex with him.
She don't. No, and all her friends shouldn't either, and everybody she know.
Oh, so he fucking a friend group.
No, I mean, dudes do it.
Oh, tell me about it, man.
Dudes definitely do it.
Sisters too, but anyway, so
they do that.
Right, we don't give y'all too much of the sex talk, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving y'all light.
I'm just helping. Look, my message to the young homies: try. If you ain't getting what you getting, or you ain't getting the play you getting, when you do get the opportunity, ball out. Score 40. Score 50.
Just talk to her, man.
Score 50
before y'all have sex. See what both of y'all like, so you can at least go in with like a little.
But that's the
little
problem.
guideline.
That's my whole point. A lot of women don't understand what they like.
I mean, that's why you got to talk.
It's like in relationships and stuff too. A lot of women don't know what they like. When a woman pleases herself, it's just mainly bean stimulation and you know what I'm saying. It's a little bean stimulation and a little bit of penny. You know what I'm saying.
Someone
penny proud.
don't like doing it though.
But
that's what I'm saying. Like, just talk. Even if you don't know what you like, say that. Talk about, I kind of want to try this. I never did this. I didn't like this. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that way you got a little guideline going in.
You also got to be more open to like just trying different stuff and seeing.
That's why. Exactly. That's why you should only have sex with people that's more open. Unless it's somebody that's just vanilla and you vanilla. I could never talk to somebody that's vanilla. I couldn't. That's why that woman in that Tyler Perry movie, Temptation, cheated. She probably did. Like, she didn't know what she liked until she got with him, and the nigga was boring because that's all she knew. And then she cheated on him with but she got AIDS, but still, she's like, oh, I kind of like this type of shit. You feel me? I like being slapped. I like being talked to crazy.
Hey, I'm just saying, fellas, put in more work. That's my only logic. Like, I promise you'll get more out of the situation if you put in more work. You'll become more resistant to the easy buses. Like, you do more. Like, if you just only doing that, y'all both laying there on the vanilla and y'all just doing that into completion. Like, that's all like that. You know what you can do to get you down. But if you close there, pull out, you know what I'm saying? Use the mouth. You know what I mean? Like, just try different
if
stuff.
You like
use
her.
the hand. You know what I mean? Play DJ a little bit. Like, now, I firmly believe if you don't like her, then don't even mess with her.
If she likes that.
But that's how I am, though. That's just me. Like, I'm not sleeping with nobody that I can't see myself with. Because then if you accidentally get them pregnant, now you got to be with them.
Don't get them pregnant.
That easier said than done. Easier said than done.
It's easy.
Man, easier said than done.
It's easy.
Like, I mean, even condoms are only 99.9% effective.
Two.
Huh?
You wear one and she wear one. You know, the women joint.
Bro, what's that? They gonna break.
The woman joint.
That's latex too.
It don't matter, man. Now
it's
you
latex on latex. Pop, snap. So
lube.
That's not how that works.
That's for the friction. It ain't gonna pop as it's lubed up.
Latex on latex gonna pop.
Man, look. This is what you do. When she got the female joint on, you pour the whole bottle in there. Make it look like it's I can't, man. All right. We done. We done with that.
Try harder.
Well, you know what else I wish they'd try harder to do?
What that is?
Make another pandemic.
Damn.
The paniversary.
Make another one?
Hey, look, man. I don't care what nobody else said. I did see a tweet. I got back on social media for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And somebody said, they were saying like, oh, man, the pandemic was the worst time. And then somebody tweeted or quoted and was like, man, that was the best time for me. I loved it. I had so much fun. At least for that first month, for sure. I was like, yeah, that's exactly how I feel, man. I know a lot of people probably in the middle and then hindsight didn't enjoy it. But me, I loved it. Every fucking bit of it. Every bit.
Nah.
In the house, chilling. Didn't have to go to work. Getting unemployment, you know what I'm saying? Because I got laid off. Even if I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I could, man, it was a time of life for me. I love that shit. I ain't have to see nobody. I ain't have to fake kick it or laugh at nobody joke at work. And then, I ain't do none of that. I loved it.
Nah. I'm on my way. Nah. I don't want another one of them. Like, for me, like, I ain't gonna sit here and say, oh, I hated the pandemic. Like, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. I loved the time, like you said, being at home, getting that extra $600 on top of the unemployment, like
that we didn't get.
Yeah, I mean, we still got 400 and 300, and I got 600.
I didn't get it.
I definitely got that.
They should let us have at the beginning of the year. We could have got that John all year, man.
No, you won't. But anyway, yeah, like it was straight. I mean, it wasn't the worst. I gained more weight than I ever have in my life, and now I'm trying to work 3 times as hard to get it off. Like, it's crazy. But I mean, yeah, like I hated not being able to go to the gym. Like, I hated that you had the only online date because I was single, of course, during the pandemic. So you had the only online date. Like, I couldn't go see my granny the way I wanted to. Like, you know what I'm saying? She was old, 96, 95, 90, 94. So I'm like, I'm scared to go visit my older family. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, dang, I only want to go visit my mom and dad. Like, so I ain't go visit them as much as like I took off like 2 years from visiting like my family, and 2 of them are no longer here. So like I look back at that like, damn, if it wasn't no pandemic, I would have seen my people more often right before they left. Like, damn, neither one of them died of COVID, so that was good.
Would you have really went down more?
Yes, I absolutely went down. Like, before the pandemic, I was going home at least 3 times a year. Like, I was going home more than anybody else in my family to live here in Texas. I
mean, you do love going down there though.
I hate going down there. I love going to see my family, which they're no longer there. So no, I don't go back there. But
Let's go back.
But yeah, like I did miss out on that or whatever. I think I got to see my mama like 3 times in the pandemic, from going to see her 3 times a year to 3 times in 2 years. Like that was terrible. I hated that. Like, and then I don't know, the bills started stacking up a little bit toward the end. Like the money was getting shorter. The jobs was getting less plentiful, and they knew on top of the market or whatever, they knew that they had to pay as much because people was desperate for jobs. So they started paying people who doing elite level jobs, that's like skillful jobs, start paying them $16 an hour or whatever. Like, looking for a job became harder. And then they say, oh, these jobs out here, yeah, they out here, but they underpaying people on purpose. And then a lot of those good paying jobs
They still
was like,
doing it.
yeah, exactly. That because of the pandemic. And a lot of those good paying jobs out there was like, oh yeah, you can't work at this job unless you vaccinated. Well, I don't want to get vaccinated. Well, you can't work here. So I'm like, bro, this is hell. Like, at first it was cool. You know what I'm saying? I ain't lose my job during the pandemic for the first little grip. I know you lost yours right at the beginning of that motherfucker. But I ain't lose mine.
Like
So
5 months later.
I was still going there or whatever. So I'm like, dang, you know what I'm saying? This all right, you know what I mean? But like you said, then when it became the peak of everything and I did lose my job, so I was just up in that joint chilling. That was the best part. Like you said, not having to go to work. I did try to go back to work, but them dudes was like, several jobs was hiring just to lay you off to keep their best workers or whatever, because the company, like, you know, when they do that, is because the companies call for a certain amount of layoffs. So they hire people instead of having to lay off their best or their favorite workers or whatever. Like, they get to lay off more new people than having to lay off like the longest tenured people or whatever who they like the most. So that's what was going on with that. So, and then if you get if you get unemployment from this job that you've been at for 3 years, and then you get that job and then they fire you from that job or lay you off, now you can no longer get your unemployment from that previous job. So people still to this day, man, the pandemic, people didn't want to work during the pandemic. No, people didn't want to lose a good source of income from unemployment and start back to work and get laid off and then go with no income, when you could have just not took that job and not got laid off and kept that decent source of income. Like, you was playing gambling every time you went to get another job because you didn't know who was going to lay off. Yeah, I mean, I hate it. Like, I didn't hate it. I didn't really like it. It's just, it was like anything else in life, man. Like, there was goods and there was bads. And to me, in this situation, like, the bads kind of outweighed the good.
Yeah, my goods outweighed the bads. So, well, yeah, fuck that. Take me back to 2020. Ooh. It don't seem like it's been that long.
Ah, man, then Kobe died. Oh, no, I'm cool, bro.
Damn. It don't feel like it was that. That wasn't even pandemic related, though. But
yeah, I know. But
I mean, it don't seem like it's been 3 years. It's crazy.
I hated 2020.
3 years, bro. That's ridiculous.
I'm just glad where we at, man. And also having to wear the mask.
Man, I want to wear the mask right now.
Bro, I hated that shit.
Damn, I want to wear one right now.
Yeah, hell no.
Jeez. You ain't got to do this to the white people. Well, I didn't do it anyway. I was like, heard it. I ain't do none of that. I mean, I still.
Like, you with the, I don't know, bro. That whole mask thing. And then people's getting on my nerves. Like, people still wearing their masks, bro. Like, what are y'all doing? That shit has been proved. Never mind.
Let them wear their masks, man. They do it in China all the time. Yeah. They've been doing that since forever.
They didn't work though. Like, What was the point, bro?
But they were and over there to let people know that they are sick. I don't think it's more about like preventing shit, but they let people know they are sick.
I ain't talking about them. I don't care what China does.
I want to wear a mask now just to be wearing it. You feel me?
I'm gonna quote Joe Biden. If they rose up 20 meters above sea limit, or if they completely sunk, I wouldn't care.
That's fucked
Joe
up.
Biden. He said, except he said that about black people. He said that about Haiti. And niggas still voted for him.
Tough. Well, you have to vote for him though.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, because if you won't vote for him, you're not black, and I don't want to be another race.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. He said that.
So you feel me? Like if I would have not voted for him, I woke up a different race, I'd have been really upset.
You would have been like, "Hello."
Come on, bro. Don't start that. Don't do that.
That's what you would have did, bro.
Don't
like,
do that, bro.
Hello.
Stop. Don't do that. Don't say anything else. Cause I know what you wanted to say. Don't do it.
All right, bro. I'm gonna let it be.
Don't do it, man. Stop. That's not funny, bro. That's not. We don't.
Hey, bro. I love.
New gifted.
Wrong way.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I love all my people, man. All the people in the world. That's a true statement right there.
I forgot what I was gonna say, but yeah, I fucks with the mask, man. I like the little, what was it? What I wore on this joint, the little ski mask. I just be wearing it at the Walmart just because people can only see my eyes. I got another joint. I'm like, yeah, don't look at me, I don't look at y'all. I ain't gotta smile at you. I ain't gotta say nothing.
No, I feel like a bum wearing masks during the pandemic. I was wearing masks and Ray-Bans. People was like,
he's a rock star. That's how you feel, man.
Get out of here.
That's how you feel.
Stop looking at me.
That's how you feel. Tell the truth.
It was staring me in the face like, oh.
Is that him?
Bro,
is that the worst shooter in? Oh, my bad, man. I ain't mean to go there. Lakers. How you feel about the Lakers now, man?
And LeBron's not back. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't watching the NBA.
Man, fuck LeBron.
yeah. Why you wearing a LeBron jersey?
Bro, they been balling without LeBron, though.
That's cool.
They back to 500. They in the 8th spot right now. If they wouldn't have lost to the Rockets and the Mavs for some odd reason, they'd be number 4 right now. They'd be 4th seed. But
I ain't gonna lie, man.
They did. They cooling.
I think I'm at the point in my life where when LeBron retire, I'm probably gonna start watching basketball. It's no longer my favorite sport, man.
Damn, basketball ain't his favorite sport. He's starting not to like the way they drew up and down the court.
It's really not my favorite sport no more. MMA is really taking over that space.
I thought you were gonna say
I just don't like all the I just don't like all the rules, bro. Like all the the changes or whatever this going down. Like everybody, I mean the fans are toxic, bro. I hope MMA fans don't ever become that toxic, even though they headed that way. I can see it. But it's complete and utter toxicity in basketball. Like the conversations between the Jordan, LeBron, the conversations between, like, I don't know, you can't just be a fan of the sport and and say how you feel and say how you feel without somebody like either trying to troll or honestly trying to make your point invalid or whatever. Like, bro, like, can we just enjoy talking about the sport, bro?
No, they want you to argue. They want to argue every point. That's like
Everything,
LeBron, the best player to ever play the game. I don't care if you like Jordan, Kobe, Magic. I don't care. That's your opinion. Have your opinion and don't say nothing to me about mine because I don't care.
Like, oh yeah, but like you can't even say that. Like you say that. Like, man, LeBron, my favorite player. Yeah, you like a crybaby flopper who sits. I'm like, bro, I don't want to hear that. Like, that's not what we talking about, bro. Like, besides, it's not right. It's wrong. Like, you just saying every player did these things. Like, everybody flopped. Everybody cried. Like, Jordan did those things too. Like, that man literally punched Reggie Miller in the face, and then Reggie Miller got ejected for it. Like, what are we even talking about? Like that. Like, I'm not. And then now also, like, I'm starting to notice that the NBA literally groomed Michael Jordan into being the legend.
Oh yeah, you know it.
Like at first I wasn't paying attention to it, but now I see that like the little optics and the little moves that they making, like it's very apparent that they be trying to protect him. Like when LeBron had the actual perfect season, like when Jordan had his perfect season, I think what he win, like the scoring title, MVP,
I think defensive player or something like that.
Defensive player,
and the championship.
He didn't win the championship when he had the perfect season. He didn't win the championship, but when LeBron had his perfect season, the only thing he didn't win was DPOY. And then they said he didn't win a perfect season. But Jordan won. Jordan didn't win a championship and then won and still had a perfect season. I'm like, bruh, okay, LeBron had the scoring title. He had the everything but the DPOY. Like he also won the Olympic gold medal and the Finals MVP, but that wasn't a perfect season. I get out of here,
Yeah,
bro.
man. They can't let nobody fuck with Jordan, man.
And then he had better numbers than Marc Gasol, who won the DPOY over him that year. Like it's literally, I'm like they chose not to give him that because they didn't want to destroy Jordan's perfect seasons type stuff. Like I don't know, bro.
They were trying to stop somebody from getting the scoring record in the All-Star game.
Yeah,
I think
the year before AD broke it.
Was it AD they were trying to stop?
No, it was the year before AD broke it. It was like Paul George or something.
Yeah, they were trying to stop him. Yeah, that's stupid, man.
Like they wouldn't pass it to him no more. I'm like, bro. And then next year, AD shattered it with 52 points. And then this year, the worst All-Star game ever. This was the worst All-Star game of my lifetime.
I ain't watched the All-Star game in
you didn't miss nothing. You definitely didn't miss this year. That shit was trash. I don't know, bro. Yeah, NBA losing me, bro. Like the fans are, like I said, the fans are chaotic on top of being toxic as hell. Like, yeah. I don't know. I think the thing I like about MMA over basketball right now is the fighter. It's up to the fighters. Like that's. I mean, either you fight your ass off, you try to win as best you can, and then you gotta leave it up in the judges' hands. And whatever the judges make, people, fans gonna complain. Oh, he got ripped off. Well, I don't complain about it. I just be like, well, if you didn't want to, if you didn't want to get ripped off, or you didn't want to get left it up into the judges' hands, you should have finished them. You should have choked them out. You should have knocked them out. Like that's your option. That's what you go in there to do. So if you don't do that, then I can't complain about it. It is what it is. But in basketball, you know what I'm saying? The referees make this call.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, this shit toxic as hell.
I just seen something about the Warriors lost the game because they were like, that's the worst NBA call or missed call or something. I don't know. I didn't watch it. I didn't care because I'm like, I don't fuck with the Warriors, no way.
But also the referees in MMA, like, they actually are held liable for the mistake that they make. If they end a fight early, if they do that too many times, they will lose their jobs. Yeah. Like in the NBA, they just write a little note. Sorry, we're sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't mean to not catch LeBron getting hacked in the wrist when he went up for that game winning. Like that was a pivotal shot. We sorry.
It ain't like y'all gonna change the outcome. So.
and that's what should happen. Like if a referee make a mistake in a big title fight in the MMA, like it'll become a no contest or whatever, something like that. Like NBA, we're sorry. Yeah. We're gonna get it right the next time, and then every game after that, they still get it wrong. I don't know, man. Like it's kind of hard to pay attention now. I'll probably tune back in during the playoffs.
Well, we'll see. Good. All right. Outside of Phoenix, with Kevin Durant come back, there ain't really nobody out in the West I see beating the Lakers with both them healthy. So they.
Yeah, and Kevin done, bro.
I don't know. I think he still got some.
I think he at the point in his career where he just gonna keep getting injured. My man's got
a freak accident, though,
bro.
Man.
Every single one of his injuries here lately been a freak accident. Like that man, the
bro, the nigga size 92, long ass feet, man.
That loss in what you call when they needed him to come back and he returned his first game back after a different injury.
Are you talking about the
calf tear?
You talking about the Warriors?
The Warriors versus
Toronto.
Yeah, like that gym was a freak injury. All he did was like change pace or whatever, and then his calf popped out of play. He tore his whole joint. And this one, pretty much the same thing happened when he rolled his ankle, but he rolled his ankle on the go up.
Yeah,
I've never seen that. Yeah. That was the weirdest freak accident ever, bro. I've played plenty of street ball, and dudes like rolled their ankle, but they always do it on the way down. He did it on the way up. I've never seen that, bro. That was the weirdest thing ever.
We'll see though, man.
I hope he can get it together, man.
You got anything else, man?
I don't know, man. I think that's
it.
I think that's been the Black Visionary Podcast, y'all.
New Gifted Visionary.
We out, my G's.
This has been the Black Visionary Podcast, y'all.
Black Visionary Podcast.